Let's start with a sales team's win-loss ratio. Brandon, does Alchemer Workflow help sales ops better understand why they are winning and losing deals?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, Alchemer can actually help you win more deals by using feedback to drive more effective product positioning, understand where and you need to focus your sales enablement efforts, help you understand how you're doing in differentiating from your competition, and ensuring that the win themes that you have and the win themes that we use are resonating with our prospects. Here's the challenge most organizations face. Sales teams don't truly understand why they're winning or losing deals. They don't have enough data to know what messaging is working for different market segments. The product teams don't understand which features resonate with product prospects and which don't. And Alchemer can actually help you understand all of these challenges better. The way that we do this is we use Alchemer to gather information during key moments in the sales process, updating those records inside our CRM with those survey responses. And then these teams have great insight into the outcomes of why deals were won or lost. This data is crucial for comprehending opportunity results. This also allows sales teams to adapt sales strategies, offer focused sales training, and actually provide insights to our product team.
That's great. All right, Kathy, I want to bring you into the conversation here. Can you show us how Alchemer and Alchemer Workflow really adds to a win-loss analysis?
Yeah, definitely, Jeannie. So when we think about how to set up a win-loss analysis process, there are several goals that we want to keep in mind. So first, we want to be proactive about understanding why, in the customer's own words, you're winning or losing. And second, we want to make sure that we don't let the feedback sit. So we really want to act on it quickly by sharing it where it needs to go to make a difference in the business. And then we want to learn from that feedback to win more deals. So what I have demonstrated here is an example of how you might set up the feedback process in Alchemer and kind of mapped out step by step. So Alchemer connects really easily to systems that you're using today to manage your customer data in a central location. So when you win or lose a deal, Alchemer can listen for that event in your CRM. So in this example, Salesforce, and automatically send a survey to your customer or the lost prospect to ask why they decided to purchase or not purchase. And we can send the customer a different survey depending on whether or not the opportunity was won or lost. So if the opportunity was won, you want to ask things like, why did you choose us? How can we help you get the most out of our products and services? And maybe would you be interested in participating in some outbound communication? And if lost, you want to keep the survey short and sweet, of course, and just kind of ask, why did you decide not to move forward and how can we improve? And because Alchemer connects to the systems that you use, all of this valuable customer information can be sent back to Salesforce. So here's an example of the type of feedback that you might get from when a deal is won. So in this situation, the customer mentions positive things about the value for price on the product, and they also mention some product features that they like and that they want to see built out. And the great thing about this is that you know that this is highly reliable information that's coming unfiltered from the customer. So the next step is to act on that valuable feedback in a timely way. The best way to reach people is through the channels that they're already in all the time. So in this example, the company employees are on Teams, but this could be Slack as well. And here are some few examples of the kinds of things that you want to share to kind of drive action across your organization. So first, it's always important to share your successes as a business. So you can post about the new win to a celebrations channel. If this is a bigger deal that was won, your sales team leadership might want to reach out directly to that customer with a word of welcome and kind of continue building that customer relationship. And speaking as a product manager, your product team would love feedback on the product features that really move the needle for the customer so that they can go and use that information to prioritize the roadmap. And it's not on here, but your internal teams that handle product pricing could use the customer feedback when they assess whether or not to make pricing adjustments. And with as many of these notifications as possible, we want to make sure that we're driving action down the line so that you can do that again with Alchemer's many integrations into the systems that people are already working in. So now I'm going to jump into a demo of the Alchemer platform to kind of show you how you would set up a process like this. All right, so what I have showing here is the Alchemer Workflow Builder. And this kind of lets you orchestrate actions around feedback, just like the ones we already talked about. So on this screen here, this will basically show you all the different ways that you can choose to start off a workflow process. And you can customize it to listen for something that's happening in any of these systems and then start a chain of events that automatically follow. So in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and pick Salesforce. And once you pick a system, it's really quick to kind of get set up in here. So I'm going to pick, for example, whenever an opportunity is closed and won in Salesforce, I want to start off my workflow. All I need to do here is plug in my credentials. And because this is what we call a pre-configured initiator, we already know what event you want to listen to. So you don't have to do any mapping in this tool. We are already going to kind of pull in all the information you need to get going with this process. So once you have that initiator set up, this is a really simple drag and drop interface. So if, for example, you want to send out a survey to a customer, you just drag this step in and choose what survey you want to use. Of course, this is a way to kind of embed feedback into your process so you can hear directly from your customers. We also have if-else logic here, which essentially lets you set up conditions so that when certain things happen, you take certain steps. We also have delay capabilities so that you can make sure you're not over communicating with your customers and you can kind of wait for the right time to reach out to them. And like I mentioned, we also have external systems that you can plug into your workflow, like we mapped out in that win-loss example. So you're always sending information back to your source of truth and reaching employees where they are. So here's kind of a view of the workflow when it's fully built out with that win-loss process that we just talked through. You can see down here, I've got all of these logic conditions set up where if the amount is more than a certain threshold, we want to reach out to sales team leadership. We want to reach out to the marketing team if the customer said they're willing to participate in outbound communication. We want to reach out to the product team with any product feedback, and so on and so forth. So going back to the slides, what does this all mean for your business? So when you get feedback that's directed to the relevant internal teams, they can act on that feedback to make the product better for customers and prospects on future opportunities. And the surveys that are collected provide a holistic view of both closed won and closed loss feedback, which your sales team can then use to dive deeper into the sales strategies that really resonate with prospects. And finally, these actionable insights from customer feedback can help you guide product messaging and strategic sales decisions within your organization.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that, Kathy.